And Osama bin Laden, we went in, we took him out. The Get bin Laden unit that Bill Clinton had put together back in 1996 was disbanded by George Bush in 2005. President Obama put it back together last year. And guess what? They found this guy living in a mansion in Pakistan. And now he, along with the radiation from Fukushima and the oil from British Petroleum, is polluting the sea, arguably. And already the conservatives are coming out and saying, hey, wait a minute, why'd you do that? Rand Simberg is with us. He's an adjunct scholar at the Competitive Enterprise Institute. Conservative think tank CEI.org is their website. His Twitter is Rand_Simberg, S-I-M-B-E-R-G. Rand, welcome to the program.
Thanks. Glad to be here. Just for the record, though, I'm not a conservative.
What are you?
I'm a libertarian.
Well, you know, in my book, libertarians are conservatives who want to get laid and smoke dope. I mean,
well, I'm actually not into dope that much, but
you think it should be legalized, right?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
But
point made.
I do it.
You say it is long past time for us to stop in arguing that we shouldn't have given Osama bin Laden a Muslim burial, a Muslim conforming ceremonial, washing and burial at sea. You say it's long past time for us to stop spending so much time worrying about incurring the wrath of those who make war on us. We need to spend a lot more time working on ways to get them to fear our own wrath. What are you talking about? Who do you want to fear us?
Well, the question is, why did they give bin Laden that Muslim honor? We're schizophrenic about how we want to treat Muslims. And the point is that if we believe there is a moderate Islam, then we need to encourage it. And you don't encourage, it's sort of a slap in the face of those who's been telling us that bin Laden's behavior is un-Islamic, for us then to treat him as a Muslim.
It makes no sense whatsoever. It's entirely possible to say this guy is a Muslim who had gone wrong, but we still respect your religion. And if you don't think that there's moderate Muslims, I would recommend that you go spend an afternoon in Dearborn, Michigan. Louise and I used to go down there for the weekends to eat in some of the restaurants, some of the Middle Eastern restaurants. I mean, there is a huge moderate Muslim community. A lot of it's here in the United States.
I did not say there are no moderate Muslims.
Well, I would think that I see no schizophrenia about this at all. This administration has been saying from the very beginning that unlike the Bush administration, who had General Boykin running around in uniform saying, our God is bigger than their God, right? And I mean, literally, those were his words. And things like that and Bush referring to Islam as evil, and some of his henchmen referring to Islam as a gutter religion and other things. Rather than that, this administration has been saying, we respect all the world's religions, including Islam. When people in those religions behave violently or crazily outside of that religion and become criminals, we will prosecute them as criminals, or we will, in this case, execute them as criminals. But that doesn't mean that we don't respect their religion. This seemed to me like the perfect way of saying to Muslims around the world, here is the ultimate proof that your belief that, America had declared war on Muslims when George Bush so clumsily invaded two Muslim countries that had nothing to do with 9/11, that your belief that we're at war with you is wrong, and your belief that we think that your religion is a bunch of garbage is wrong. We respect it, we honor it, and by the way, this guy was a criminal.
Okay, are you done kicking all the straws?
Well, I'll just add to that when we give the death penalty to people in prison in the United States, a chaplain is brought in and they're buried in their religion. We have been doing that for hundreds of years.
Obviously, you didn't read my piece and you didn't hear what I said.
I actually read every word in your piece, and I did hear what you said.
Okay, then you didn't read it for comprehension. This was not about respecting or not respecting Islam. Well, my point is that we are disrespecting Islam, and we are disrespecting the people who claim that it is a religion of peace when we honor someone who they claim is behaving in an un-Islamic manner.
And I reject your assertion that burying somebody in their religion, as we did with Jeffrey Dahmer, that burying somebody in their religion, even if what they did was dismember and eat a dozen little boys, that burying somebody in their religion is somehow honoring them. That is honoring the religion, and that is.
Jeffrey Dahmer did not eat little boys in the name of his religion.
Well, there's a lot of Muslims, frankly, and a lot of the rest of us who would say that the extent to which Osama bin Laden was using the name of his religion to justify his actions was just a screen. And most moderate Muslims saw through that. And the only people who seem to think that this was all about Islam are the people who don't understand Islam.
Okay, I'm just saying that many moderate Islams have told me that bin Laden does not represent he is not a Muslim. He's not a proper Muslim. It's a perversion of the religion.
Sure, that's common. That's an absolute common consensus. Yet his behaviors do not represent Islam. But just like Jeffrey Dahmer's behaviors, Tim McVeigh was Catholic, right? He was given.
Tim McVeigh was an agnostic.
I know, but he was born Catholic and he was given a Catholic ceremony when he died.
Yeah.
And
well, he didn't have much control over what happened when he died.
No, but the point is you want to but it was his family was Catholic. I mean, you respect a person's religion regardless of the person's behavior. Come on.
My point is that when the person's behavior is a perversion of their religion, it dishonors.
Then you trash their religion.
In that religion to treat him as a functioning member of that religion.
So when McVeigh became an atheist or proclaimed that he was an agnostic, actually, he was no longer a Christian in your mind?
No, actually he wasn't. Yeah, if you're only a Christian if you believe you're a Christian.
Okay. I don't disagree with you on that. Christianity is one of those religions that is.
You're not born.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That was a stupid question. It was completely off. In your article, you have this whole thing about. We should have wrapped him in pigskin.
I didn't say we should have.
We could have?
We could have.
We could have trashed Islam?
Well,
this is what we do to Muslims who get out of line.
No, this is what we do to... the point is, we treated him as a Muslim. We should not have treated him as a Muslim.
Why not?
Because he was behaving in an un-Islamic way.
So it's our decision to make? What kind of a funeral someone should have?
If we're trying to nurture a moderate Islam, then we should respect their views.
If you want to nurture a moderate Islam, what you say is we are not at war with your religion.
We can do that too. Why can't you do both?
But you don't do it by taking somebody who is a Muslim and wrapping them in pigskin, as you suggested was a possibility in your article.
Well, the main point was that we should not have treated him with respect as a Muslim.
Again, I don't understand why.
Well, I've said it about 3 or 4 times now, so I guess... Let me
rephrase that. Okay, I won't disagree with that statement in its purest form if you wanted to dissect it, but what about respecting Islam itself and just saying somebody's dead, we're going to give them a proper burial in their religion?
The question
What's wrong
is
with that?
Well, because by saying that it is his religion, it validates his version of the religion.
No, it doesn't.
Well,
I don't think Catholics are running around going, "Oh my God, look at the Catholicism's going down the tubes because of Tim." Or even forget Tim McVeigh. Look at all the priests who are rotting in prison right now for the things that they've done. In some cases, in the name of God. I mean, that doesn't mean that the whole religion is corrupt, or even a tiny fragment of it.
I've never said the whole religion of Islam is corrupt. My whole point is that we're trying to nurture. It needs to have a reformation. Many moderate Islams are afraid to speak out against the bin Ladens of the world because they get their heads chopped off.
Right. Okay, Rand Simberg. I'll leave you with the last words. CEI.org. Thanks, Rand.
Okay, thank you.